It was the fall of 2006. I was looking forward to my senior year in high school, playing basketball, being in musicals, and mostly just running around like a crazy maniac. Life was pretty sweet. Until one day I woke up really sick. I'd been getting sick a lot lately the last few months, but it always got better in a few days. This time though, those few days passed and I was still sick. 30 days later, I was being wheeled into a hospital, 25 pounds lighter, and a shade of my former self. They put me on prednisone, oh, that glorious drug, after telling me I had some weird disease called Crohn's. They were also kind enough to tell me that 1, I couldn't get rid of it, and 2, I would be on meds the rest of my life. Wow, thanks for the inspiration, Doc. Over the next few years, they tried me on a dozen different medications, none of which worked well, so I ended up back on the old prednisone. I'd have flares for a few months, somewhat normal for a bit, and then flares again. A few years in, I was sitting at my computer desk, sipping on some strange shake that was supposed to be good for me, massively depressed. I was totally done. To be sick, and then healthy, and then sick again, over and over, while seeming to have no control over this situation is literally hell on earth. If you've been there, you understand. At that time, I had tried to start eating a bit better, exercising a little here and there, but it never seemed to do anything, so eventually I would always just quit and binge on pizza and donuts or whatever I could get my hands on. In the midst of all of this, I was driving down the road one rainy day, tears streaming down my face, with all my will holding in the latest Crohn's explosion that just couldn't seem to wait for the bathroom, and a thought hit me, jolted me right out of it all for a moment. If I could beat this somehow and use this experience to help others, then maybe, just maybe, that could make it all worth it. People have overcome great challenges, and then they always talk about this strange moment in time where everything changed for them. For me, that was it. I feel like they forget to mention the 4 or 5 years between that moment and their success that were still incredibly hellish at times. The doubts, the frustrations, the worries, the complete despair, and the depression that still came. It wasn't like my life instantly just became sunshine and rainbows, but I had a purpose, and I went after it with passion. I learned more. I ate better. Failed. Learned again. Changed my exercise. Failed. Learned again. Changed my mindset. Failed. I think you get the picture. But the key was, every failure I was learning, and I never stopped trying. After all, quitting at that point couldn't really end any other way than hospitalization or suicide, and I wasn't about to do that to my friends and family. So I kept going. I kept trying. Eventually, I reached long-term remission, no medication, and most importantly, the freedom of peace of mind. This channel, my page, is dedicated to teaching you what I learned in those next years that changed my life. I want to give you a shortcut so that maybe you don't have to go through everything I did. Will you still fail? Absolutely. Will you achieve the same results I did? Maybe, maybe not. I'm sure your path will probably be different, but I have no doubt that what I learned can shorten the time it takes for you to get from where you are now to the elusive goal of conquering your chronic illness and achieving freedom in your life. And that is what I'm here to do.